Welcome to Stories Pulse, where gripping tales come to life. If this story keeps you on the edge of your seat, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and become part of our story-loving community. Your likes and shares help us bring more thrilling narratives to you, and we'd love to hear your thoughts. Let us know in the comments below what you think of today's story. Let's dive into the excitement together. Dad called the cops on the eve of his 50th birthday. Marcus Turner, a self-made millionaire and single father, introduced his beautiful new girlfriend, Rachel, to his close-knit family. The evening began as a joyous celebration, filled with laughter, gifts, and expensive champagne. But in the midst of the revelry, Marcus's 17-year-old daughter, Emily, grew unusually quiet. She stared at Rachel, her face draining of color. Then, in a voice that cut through the warmth of the party like a knife, she said, "Dad, call the cops." Marcus, stunned and confused, tried to brush off Emily's sudden outburst as teenage drama. But Rachel's expression faltered, and within 10 minutes, everything spiraled into chaos in ways Marcus could never have imagined. The successful man with a scarred heart. Marcus Turner had worked tirelessly to build his wealth. He owned several successful businesses, invested wisely, and was known in town as a man who seemingly had it all, except a fulfilling family life. His wife had passed away from cancer when Emily was just 6 years old. Since then, Marcus poured his energy into raising Emily with love and building his business empire. Their bond was close, their relationship filled with trust and warmth. Emily adored her father. She was intelligent, kind-hearted, and fiercely protective of him. But one thing she struggled with was Marcus's revolving door of girlfriends. Since her mother's death, Marcus had dated several women, most of them younger, beautiful, and seemingly more interested in his wealth than his heart. None stuck around long enough to become a real part of their lives. A new hope? When Marcus met Rachel, he thought she was different. Rachel was charming, elegant, and seemed genuinely interested in him beyond his money. In her late 30s, she had a respectable career in marketing and carried herself with grace. For 6 months, Marcus had believed he'd finally found someone to make him happy, and maybe even become Emily's stepmother. Rachel had been sweet and considerate toward Emily, though the teenager had remained distant. She had seen too many women come and go to invest emotionally. Marcus, however, was hopeful. His 50th birthday felt like the perfect occasion to solidify Rachel's place in his life by introducing her to his extended family. A night to remember. The Turner family mansion buzzed with life. Guests arrived in their best attire, a live jazz band played softly in the background, and caterers moved gracefully through the crowd with trays of hors d'oeuvres. Marcus, dressed in an expensive suit, greeted his family and friends with a radiant smile. Emily, meanwhile, observed the scene quietly from a corner of the room. She wore a simple but elegant black dress, her long brown hair cascading down her back. Though she chatted and smiled with cousins and friends, her mood darkened the moment Rachel entered the room. Rachel, in a striking red gown, mingled effortlessly, laughing and introducing herself to everyone. She seemed to fit in perfectly, and Marcus beamed with pride as he watched her. A shocking accusation. As the evening progressed, Marcus gathered everyone in the main hall for a toast. Standing on a small platform with Rachel by his side, he raised his glass. "I want to thank all of you for being here tonight," Marcus began, his voice warm. "This year has been incredible for me, not just professionally, but personally. And a big part of that is thanks to this amazing woman standing beside me. Rachel has brought so much joy into my life, and I'm incredibly lucky to have her." The room erupted in applause, but Emily's stomach twisted. Something about Rachel felt disturbingly familiar. She couldn't place it, but it unsettled her deeply. As the applause died down, Emily leaned toward her father and whispered, "Dad, can we talk for a second?" Marcus glanced at her, surprised, but before he could respond, Emily took a deep breath and spoke loudly enough for everyone to hear. "Dad, call the cops." The room falls silent. Every head turned toward Emily. Marcus blinked, completely thrown off. "Emily, what are you talking about?" he asked, trying to remain calm. Emily pointed at Rachel, her voice trembling but firm. "She's not who she says she is." I recognize her, Dad. She's dangerous. Gasps rippled through the room. Rachel's serene expression shattered. Emily, I don't know what you're talking about, she stammered. Marcus, caught between defending his daughter and his girlfriend, hesitated. Emily, are you sure? You can't just make accusations like this. I saw her picture, Dad, Emily said, her voice rising in panic. On a news report about a woman involved in a major criminal ring fraud, theft, maybe worse. I didn't realize it at first, but now I'm sure. Chaos unfolds. Before anyone could react further, the front door burst open. 2 police officers stormed inside, guns drawn, hands in the air. Everybody freeze. The room erupted into chaos. Guests screamed and backed away as the officers advanced. Rachel's face turned ashen, her eyes wide with terror. She took a step back, but one of the officers grabbed her arm and forced her to the ground. No, Marcus shouted, rushing forward, but another officer held him back. Sir, stay where you are, the officer commanded. What's going on? Marcus demanded, his voice shaking. This has to be some kind of mistake. One officer finally replied, We've been tracking this woman for months. She's wanted for multiple counts of identity theft, fraud, and conspiracy. She's been moving from place to place, targeting wealthy men and using fake identities to steal their money. The aftermath. In the days that followed, Marcus struggled to process the betrayal. News of Rachel's arrest spread quickly, making headlines across major outlets. Emily felt a mix of relief and guilt. She had saved her father, but she knew her actions had caused him immense pain. One evening, Marcus sat beside Emily in their living room, the house eerily quiet. Emily, Marcus began, his voice heavy. I want to thank you. You saved me from something I didn't see coming. Tears welled in Emily's eyes. Dad, I'm sorry it had to happen that way. I didn't want to ruin your birthday, but I couldn't let you get hurt. Marcus sighed. I thought I knew her. I thought I'd finally found someone who cared about me for me. Emily took his hand, her voice full of empathy. It's not your fault, Dad. She fooled everyone. But you'll find someone who really loves you, I know you will. Marcus nodded, though the pain lingered. Maybe. But for now, I just need to focus on what's important, you and me. We've been through a lot, and I don't want to lose sight of that. Emily smiled, her love for her father evident. We'll get through this together. In that moment, Marcus realized that no amount of wealth or success could ever compare to the bond he shared with his daughter. Nothing, no con artist, no heartbreak could take that away. The end.